Welcome back, and welcome if you're new on here. And first of all, let me say a happy 2020 to you. And you can rest assured that we are not going to go out of 2020 the same people that we came into it. That is for definite. That is one thing for definite. So, where have I been since the 10th of October? I have been dealing with all the incoming contacts that have been from you guys. I had over 900 contacts, and for those of you that I haven't managed to get back to yet, I do apologise for that. I have been in happy overwhelm. I do need a divine counterpart to help me with what's going on at the moment, and I have put in a cosmic order to the universe because the one who should be here just isn't playing, but it'll happen. I will get the help that I need because I've asked, and I've asked from my heart, so that's really key. So please bear with me. We've got so many exciting things happening this year. It's going to be incredible. But what I'd really like to say is that since August, and then when we got to the 10th of October, when I did the last tube, things have really speeded up, really speeded up. And on the 12th of December, that Stargate portal was when heaven truly arrived on Earth. And there'll be a separate YouTube on that as well. There was a lot happened all over the world in that time. But it was just such an incredible time. I've been able to witness and be part of a most amazing journey, and we will share that with you at some point soon. So that time, that 12th of December portal, basically all light bodies received a major boost, and this happened over New Year as well, just up to and before New Year too. Key time was that 12/12 Stargate portal. So the light bodies, basically anyone who was resonating at the correct frequency and was ready to go, the disconnected strands of their DNA were reconnected, and it's been a phenomenal time. You know, the light body is amazing, and the blessing I find of this, the 12 days of Christmas, is it's truly a time when we need to take a deeper look at our vehicles, take a deeper look at ourselves, our physical bodies, but particularly this time we need to look at what we consider to be our physical bodies, our personality self, our ego self, but we need to understand the physical fully. We need to understand the true magic that it can perform. In the fifth dimension, which again, we'll be doing some more work on dimensions. If you don't quite get what I mean about dimensions, don't worry, we'll have lots more information on that. But the fifth dimension is the center of the heart chakra. It's the heart, it's love. Love is creation. Love is from whence forth everything comes. When we've got the heart, mind, and emotional coherence, then that's where we can truly create from. And I see it in the way I see it as well. The physical body is changing so beautifully when we have achieved that coherence, that the cells regenerate so much faster. This is truly bringing forth a new reality. We've got superhuman abilities. Basically, again, on just after the 12th, we were looking at working on a teleportation. We could see the light body, could do the remote viewing, but we were looking at teleportation. Something else quite magical happened instead of that when we were set to do that. So it was just, it was incredible. But I'm digressing. I mustn't digress. We will share that with you at some point too. Yeah, this is the time to balance, really balance inside before, if we can, this 12th of January time comes, and I shall tell you why in a minute. We need to balance the three main facets of creation: thought, feeling, and emotion. Thought, feeling, and emotion. And it's when these three become one that it catalyzes the most potent force of creation. But only you can do that from inside. That doesn't come externally. We're not seeking something outside. This is a period of going within, and this is why I've been quiet, because to be able to help and be of service to people, I really need to do the inner work too. Nobody's exempt. There isn't an exemption. So Let's have a look. In January, we've got some amazing things happening. We can expect an intense shaking up of everything. The reality tree is going to get shaken. We have got Saturn and Pluto coming conjunct on the 12th of January. It's conjunct, and this initiates the start of a new cycle. And if we think, so we're shifting into the time of creating new systems and new form. And when we mean new systems and new form, not only ways of being, ways of thinking and ways of seeing, we're talking about structures that have been around for a long time. So potentially religious structures and government structures and anything that the old systems aren't working. This is time for the new, and the time for the new comes from the grassroots. The time from the new comes from the grassroots, but it needs a big shaking of the reality tree by Saturn and Pluto, who are the bouncers of the universe. They're truly the bouncers of the universe. So yeah, basically they will create change, and nothing will be easy in this. So be very clear on who you want to be and where you want to be over the next 5 years. That clarity is important because there's other things going to kick into play before then. So the year begins with Saturn and Pluto conjunct on the 12th of January, and it ends with Saturn and Jupiter conjunct on the winter solstice on the 21st of December 2020. Now it's very interesting because during the year there'll be 3 of them. So there'll be Saturn, Pluto and Jupiter tootling along together. Now that is a very, very, very interesting mix. Mid-year, the June solstice, so the 21st of June, there will be a solar eclipse, and that will lead into July time when we really truly feel the effect of these 3 big guys, if you like, in the planets being together. It's a time of mind-blowing change. I don't just mean, oh, something might happen. It is a time of mind-blowing change. It's the energy shift of energy shifters. It's really when the end of the old and the start of the new begins. It really is. So we've got, it's the Saturn, Pluto and Jupiter mix. But the reason I just want to cover that is that Professor Stephen Hawkins has a way of coming through to me if there's something that needs to be known, and this is the second time he's come through, and I'm very grateful for that, very grateful to Stephen for that. He came through my beautiful soul friend Caroline and is really here helping at the moment. Stephen Hawkins was a very misunderstood individual, and it's very beautiful what he's sharing. But the bit I want to share with you in this video, although there'll be more in others, is about Jupiter. Now Jupiter's really key at the moment, but also let's just look at the water. Many of you will have noticed that the water has changed, the rain has changed. The rain has changed, and it's got more, sometimes it comes and it sits on top of the ground and it's got more plasma-like. It doesn't soak straight in, it's got more plasma-like. If we look at the fact that the water coding has changed, it receives its coding from the light. The light is the 8th dimension. Light carries knowledge, and everybody's noticed the light shifts this year. Everything's particularly bright and beautiful. So light comes down from the 8th dimension, it comes down and it hits the water. The light refraction is really key. However, that's only one facet. What Stephen has kindly advised as well is Europa, the moon of Jupiter. She's got deep water species on Europa, the moon of Jupiter, and deep within our sea trenches on Earth, there are species deep within there that are communicating with the sea creatures on Jupiter. They're deep within the ocean, and this is really key. These creatures are really key. From a separate point of view, not linked to Stephen, we know that the mermaids have morphed and they've had an upgrade too into what they can carry, and the mermaids are part of the body of the water too. But if we stick with this, the creatures on Europa, Jupiter's moon, communicating with creatures held deep within the sea trenches here. That is really, really key. Scientists have discovered this and are discovering more, and this will come out at some point. But like everything, there's much withheld. Much withheld. But we'll cover that in a separate thing. Yeah, I really want to say the water is key at the moment, and this is going to be a year that really shakes everything to the core. Just looking out into what I would term the real world. You know, did they really think we thought that freezing fog was as it was? It was put there as a screen, that freezing fog, before Christmas. The freezing fog and the fog thickness around Delhi? No. What did we get? The UK red skies? Really? New Zealand, the skies are an eerie yellow as well at the moment. That was something that was brought to my attention this morning. And the floods as well in India. It's been said that they're not ordinary rain. Start paying attention to the things that are happening in the news, because I don't watch the news. People bring me what I need. It doesn't serve me, because it just helps me with what I'm seeing. So yeah, Saturn, Pluto and Jupiter are here and busy, but this is the time for your inner work. Really connect with your inner self and get your mind, thought, heart coherence working, because the fifth dimension is here. The fifth dimension brings the kingdom of heaven, but the kingdom of heaven isn't as we are led to believe. It's it just isn't as we're led to believe. So thank you for all your support on here. There will be more. It's just, I hate doing the technology bit, but I've got to overcome that. I am so happy and grateful that I have overcome that, and I've got help to help me do that. So watch out. Watch out. If you'd like to connect, please do. But I think the best way to do it at the moment is via email. So poppy@poppysbrightwood.com. And Brightwood is BRYTEWOOD. So, as ever, thank you for your time. Working with Poppy carries divine timing, not convenient. And I'm the worst one for that when spirits smack me around the head. There's lots more to share, and I will try and do it in a more timely manner. So, take care, and we'll speak soon. Thank you.